The first thing I'm going to do is clean out your bowl.
You are the best.
Yeah, I'm going to Budokan at 10 o'clock.
Yeah?
I'll try to do I've got an hour. And sometimes the cat
You're the
is
best.
actually bringing it up. Can't not grow through
And learn,
relationship,
right?
through engagement, through presence.
Good morning. How are you doing, honey? It's time for our morning hug. Huggies. Huggies.
Did you bliss yourself out this morning?
Well, that particular meditation, when I have my hands in lotus like that, is super, super challenging because you breathe in 3 equal parts. First you breathe in 1, you hold it for 15 seconds, and you breathe in the second time, you hold it for 15 seconds, and the third time you fill it up capacity. And you have to actually regulate yourself and know how much to breathe in because it actually strengthens the nervous system. And so the challenge is really in holding the posture and relaxing into it and not letting your mind get you out of it and going, oh my God, I gotta let go of this breath. And then being gentle with your exhale. So, like it doesn't take much to take you out of that space. And so I have to hold on to it and just be really present with it.
The love, pouring the love. Yeah, this is the good stuff, right?
Thank you, honey. Yeah, I'll be back later. Is it?
I think it's 11:30.
No, it's tincture time.
It's tincture time. Do you want to start again?
No.
Oh.
It's raw.
Tincture time, time to get your tincture on. When we were doing the CBD last night. I know you got a good night's rest. I'm so happy that you did.
I saw in the mouths of 30 people. Everybody's mouth is a completely different landscape.
Right?
It's
Ooh, I'm gonna have to
you can
see
really
if I
tell,
can
and a
do
lot
it. See how I keep
a lot
quiet?
of people have a hard time opening their mouth and lifting their tongue up and holding it for as long. Everybody has a different dental orientation. Everybody has different breath.
And if you look at their tongues, you'll see white, all sorts of funky.
Different landscape for everyone.
Yeah, Chinese medicine people love that stuff, right?
Okay, so what did you just put in my mouth?
So far we did liver nano detox and the just the overall chlorella detox.
Cool. And this next one?
This next one is the B complex. I am going to try to swing by Rawk Star and get some more of the liver nano, because that's what we need the most now, because I replenished our supply. You need to really hold it under your tongue as long as you can, but I know it's hard for you when you're talking. Uh-huh. You were a rock star last night.
It's fun. I really faced my anxiety in public speaking. I didn't think I was going to have to do any public speaking.
Honey, you're a natural. You really are. I'm going to do this too, because I didn't do mine.
Yummy.
So here I am at Yoga Village, and I'm out in the courtyard, and I thought I would take the time, since I stopped by, to share a little of a download, just a short and quick, and just also give you a little bit of a visual of this amazing, gorgeous courtyard. And can you see the woman in this tree right here? These are her breasts, and her legs are crossed, and her arms are reaching up. So she's been here, obviously, for a long time. And when I came back from living in Naples, Italy, back in 2013, I was having a yoga class. I immediately came back to the studio, and I looked out the window and I said, oh my gosh, there were 3 of us in the room. Has anybody ever noticed the woman in the tree? Like, seriously, you can't miss her. And so I'm just gonna sit down here, because this is like the perfect spot to also share with you what it is that was coming in this morning in my meditation. So let me just place you into a good spot, and just, I mean, truly, hopefully you're gonna hear me really, really well, because that was my key here. Selfishness. So here's the theme that dropped in, and it's the connotation that the word selfish has been given through our society. It's super easy to turn around and go, oh, you're so selfish for whatever behavior, and it's very passive aggressive, it's very assuming, and it's very judgmental. And you have to ask yourself, if you're the type of person who would do that, who would turn around and go, oh, you're selfish for thinking of yourself only. Because the question is, what is it, where's the animosity that you would even bring up that someone else is selfish? Because you have to remember, when we have one finger pointing out, we have 3 fingers pointing back at ourselves. So if we're really calling someone else selfish, the question is it possible that it's really a reflection of how we are, that we see in another? Because remember, people are mirrors to one another. So if you see something you like or dislike in someone, you compliment or you criticize, you're actually criticizing or complimenting yourself, an aspect of you. So Yogi Bhajan, one of the Aquarian Age sutras, is recognize the other is you. At all times, no matter what you see in someone, whether you like it or you dislike it, it's an aspect of you. It has been, you've been there, you wouldn't notice it if it didn't exist within you. So bringing it back to selfish and selfishness. When you find yourself in that role of the critic, right? What is it about someone else that makes you go, oh, you're selfish? Is it possible that it's not that it's a selfish in a bad way? Because here's the key, it's boundaries, it's healthy boundaries. If someone is supposedly selfish, it's very possible what they're doing is demonstrating to you their ability to hold a healthy boundary, and to recognize that when I fill my cup, I am able to be more available for others, and to also potentially help them fill their own cups. Now, the person who points out, oh, you're selfish, with that passive aggressive, negative vibe that some of us have felt. I've had people say to me before, oh, you're so selfish, you only think of yourself. And like, most of the time it's through heated argument. And I can tell you, when I've looked back in my life, and I'm a giver. It's very, very natural for me to give, and any of my good friends know that even when I have very little, I try to give as much as possible, because I really truly believe in the law of the giving and the receiving. And the more you're giving, whether it's time, energy, something material, it doesn't matter what it is. There's value, there's an energetic exchange. We're always serving, even if we think, oh no, I'm, this is, I'm just doing it out of obligation. Even if you feel obliged to do something, you have to kind of stop getting attached to something being returned to you at the same time. But also notice that you're still going to serve, no matter how you show up. And there's a lesson and a blessing in every interaction and engagement. So this whole selfishness is really, it's very egocentric to even say to someone, oh, you're selfish for thinking of yourself. Because then the question comes back to why you're saying it. If you think someone else is being selfish and you're just like, oh, you're being selfish, it's a reflection of maybe you're being selfish because you're not getting the attention from that person. And this is kind of humbling, because I had this aha moment years ago when I realized, OMG, here's that moment where someone's pointing a finger and saying I'm selfish, and then I'm realizing they're just upset because I am thinking of myself and taking care of myself and established in my healthy boundaries, and that I'm able to recognize I need to do this for myself, because otherwise if I don't do it for myself, I'm going to be no good for anybody else. And how can I serve if I'm unable to be full in my own beingness and showing up fully? And so this individual, this particular occurrence, was upset with me. They were angry because they felt their needs weren't being met by me. That I had in the past already created a dependency for that person to show up in a certain way. That they were attached to the way that I was and disliked the change that took away from their attention. And this is huge for those of you who are givers. But also recognize in your own case where you yourself recognize, oh, my needs don't feel like they're being met, and so now I'm upset at that person. Because I have to also check in with myself on that level too. If I feel upset because I'm not getting attention from a person, or the circumstances aren't working out the way I want them to, I also have to check in and go, am I being selfish and wanting someone else to be focused only on me? And that's a big humbling right there. And you have to recognize it in yourself to really even recognize it in others. And it took me a while to really sit with selfishness because of that negative connotation that our society has put on it. Oh, you're so selfish, you only think of yourself. And religion has created this guilt about you shouldn't think about yourself, you should take care of others. Our society's like all women, we should always be taking care of others and never focus on ourselves. Well, we're in a time of rebalancing the masculine and the feminine, which is a really big reason there's a lot of anger. I mean, those men that have been so taken care of by the many women are waking up. This is nothing negative against anybody. It's just a reality. We're coming back into a balance. Change is in the air. It feels uncomfortable for a lot of people. And within that discomfort, we have to kind of weave it back together and to see that, you know what? Many of us, and myself, I'm speaking from experience, of course, many of us downplayed ourselves. We played small. We allowed ourselves to be less significant than others. We gave more attention to others. We took care of others and had to have the wake up that I'm unhappy. That was my experience. I woke up one day and I'm just like, I am so unhappy. What is wrong? I've done everything on my list of goals, but I'm not feeling fulfilled. And as a woman, I realized it's because I kept giving. And of course, the reason it's exhausting, because an exhausting life comes from being out of alignment with your soul. You're exhausted when you're not aligned. And when you're doing something with the expectation of something in return, which many of us have done. If society says you're supposed to give because you will receive, and you're not receiving, and you've already anticipated receiving, this is what it has created. And so we have to heal this wound for many of the women, for the feminine, and this is why it's very important to recognize we have a divine feminine coming back into balance. It's not that we're abandoning the men, we're not abandoning the masculine. We're trying to find our equilibrium of where we were so far over on the pendulum of giving that, you know what, it's time to come back and nurture within, to reparent ourselves, to re-explore, who am I? What feels right? What aligns with me? What is my truth? My Sat Nam? Again, I will bring it back to the body awareness, because our body's always telling us. And this is why I'm doing the workshops, because it really is about feeling it to heal it. And if you notice your body has sensations of pain, that is telling you something. Your emotions are coming up. If you're feeling frustrated, you feel like you have so much expectation, pressure on your shoulders, this is the time for us to come together and to help each other heal. Men and women. This isn't just about women. I can only just speak from the female perspective because I am one. But that when we are whole, we can hold our men more sacred, more in a sense of we are available to make them feel supported and also safe, because men want to feel safe with us. They want to know that we're reliable, just as we need for them to be stepping into their fullness of their masculine and feminine balancing. And that's trepidation for a lot of people who have not been there. And so this is just a small little touching on the surface, because it's something I've been watching for years, that when I received the message that you're here to be present here now in this physical body, it's not to escape and go outside, going without. We're here to heal in this physical body. Everything outside of us is just extra, right? That's an expression of what's going on within. If you don't like what's going on outside, you got to go within, go on the inside. So going back to selfishness, and so this is what it's bringing up. That's why there's so much anger, so much frustration, the feeling like your world is falling apart, or maybe that you feel the earth is falling out from underneath your feet, men or women, any of us, because change is on the forefront. And as women, if you're not used to stepping into your personal power, you're not able to communicate your needs or establish healthy boundaries and self-care and self-love, then your men are going to feel it. If you have men in your life, whether it's a spouse, a partner, your child, or friends, even your girlfriends may feel it. If you're questioning your own integrity, your own alignment, you're feeling uncertain, even if it's not spoken, the one thing I've learned, and if I haven't learned anything, it's felt. And that is when you need to communicate it. Because when you don't communicate, what it creates is more chaos and unwritten, unspoken stories, yours and theirs. And so it's very important during this time to really speak, and from a loving, compassionate place, the best you know how. I'm going to tell you right now, if you speak up now and you share, hey, you don't need to fix me. All I need you to do is to understand, here's what I'm going through, and I want you to know it's not about anybody else. Don't create a story, but also just honor and recognize that if you feel, some uneasiness, I want you to know it's not about you, and that I'm here for you. This is important, because as partners in anything, masculine and feminine, female and male, men and women, or even just, men and women, to whatever your establishment, this is how we grow and how we evolve, through the dialogue, not creating the stories. The more we suppress and push down the stories, the more it bubbles up and it becomes something out of hand and blown up out of proportion. And those stories that we create are total illusions. And until we get clarity through listening, looking, feeling, tasting, touching, you got to engage your senses. It's about the sensuality. You can't be selfless without working on self. So I want you to all consider, selfishness is not what they taught us and what they established in our society, our culture, our religions, or any established organized community, or where we supposedly meant to give, but never receive, because it has to be reciprocal. And that's where the imbalance has occurred. We hadn't allowed ourselves to receive because we were told we're not supposed to. We're supposed to feel guilty for receiving, at least in Catholicism, that's one of the things, oh no, I'm not supposed to receive. I was the first person to keep saying, no, it's okay, I'm fine. When secretly I admit I wanted to receive. I wanted to allow people to give to me what I was able to give. And you actually create more abundance by allowing yourself to receive just as much as you're willing to give. If you're just giving, you're losing that receptivity, that flow, that energetic movement. It's meant to be, I love to move, fluid, and with ease, not resistance. Because there's oftentimes the resistance to receiving is also the resistance to allowing in what it is that you are trying to manifest in your life, whether it's money even, because it's self-worth. And you have to establish that you're worth it and that you're valuable and that you bring beauty to everyone, even if you don't think you do. Okay? So self-care, self-reflection, becoming more part of your whole is all about standing in your personal power as a man and a woman. We're not abandoning anyone here, and we're not going one extreme to the other. We're not going from the masculine patriarchal society to this feminine, soft stuff. Believe it or not, the feminine's much more solid, and it's knowing if you allow it. And that's where that balance is coming back. And we just need to honor it from all angles and aspects. And to also have the prayer of forgiveness for the past, because it's only going to keep us stuck if we're not able to move forward, right? Wow, this ended up being a little longer than I anticipated, but I hope, and I wish, pray, and love you all that you really, truly enjoyed this, because it's something dear to my heart, and it's something that came up in my morning practice, and I really wanted to kind of put that out there. What is selfishness for you? If you're somebody who has been selfish, and I mean from the point that maybe it wasn't kind selfishness, because sometimes we're greedy. That's the selfishness that the society has actually expressed, that if you take care of yourself, it's selfish. But the reality is, no, it's selfish in a negative connotation when you're doing it out of greed. When you're doing it out of need, it's a completely different ballgame, and that is where selflessness comes in. You need to be selfish to be selfless. It's need versus greed. Greed is what is a form of power exercised in the form of force. The need is a natural power within. And it aligns, and it should feel like, wow, it feels good to take care of myself. It feels good to step into the role that I am in and to feel more empowered, because that's what you do, is you empower yourself. And it gives you more courage to be vulnerable and to show up for others. And you give permission to others when you're able to also be in that place of, okay, I need to go within and take care of me first. And then when you come out, look at how much more available and powerful from that place of the natural ease and grace you can be. And you can dance with it, baby. And you can dance. And you can dance. Everybody take control in the right way. Oh. So yeah, check yourself. Notice if you're establishing healthy boundaries in a selfish way that allows you to show up in a selfless way. Okay? Need versus greed, baby. Come and join me. I've got this beautiful body awareness workshop. It's about healing it to feel it, and it'll bring all this stuff up. So 16 June, comments, details. I love you. Really, truly today. Be attuned to what it is. What's your motivation? Is it out of a need, or is it out of greed? I love you. Keep it raw, stay rad. What? I hope you enjoy that. Now I'm going to go do some more running around. I've got to run by Rawk Star Cafe on my way out to Sanwa to get bananas. We're out of bananas at the house. We've got some frozen ones, but we need more. And yeah, I need to get the liver nano detox. And so, yeah, we'll just see where we go. We're here to pick up the Liver Nano Detox. And I am going to see if there's any new goodies, because every time I come here, I make sure I check out the latest stuff. Check them out. See you on the clip. Check out what we got going on. What? Not gonna go through everything, but just to give you a rundown of what the store looks like on the inside. Yay! All these goodies, gotta come in and try them if you're in the Old Smar area. And now they have a new location down in St. Pete. What? All the supplements over there. Video, and you gotta talk loud. I'm sharing, okay, this is just reusing the bottle, but it's melon vanilla kombucha that I made, and she gets to benefit.
I'm almost done with mine.
She loves it.
It's amazing.
Yummy, yummy, yay! Just checking in, and then I'm gonna head out and do more errands. Peace! For bananas. Yeah! Oh, I case. So we're gonna get a couple cases so we can make sure that we're stocked up. And I'm gonna have a lot of frozen bananas for smoothies. I'd need some lemons. I think we're good with lemons. They come from, I believe they come from Jordan. And I'm gonna tell you, this is where I get them. And what? They're my favorite. And the coolest, raddest thing is one of the employees just came up and he was talking about watching us on Facebook and our YouTube channel. That was super sweet. A huge bonus. If you needed red peppers, it's a great time. Here are our specials over here. We got jumbo yams. I'm getting a case. The grocery haul from Sanwa. And I am freezing. My fingers are like white and blue. And check this out. Spinach and alfalfa, or actually spicy sprouts, and cilantro, and 2 bags of pink ladies, and 2 boxes of jumbo yams, and 2 boxes of 40 pounds of bananas. Some papaya. Looky. We got all sorts of goodies in here. Spinach is the big deal here. And some more dates. More later. Just leaving Super Target. Super busy Super Target. Got a couple little items like some super glue, and then I stopped at Costco. I've been all over the place, and I haven't been keeping up fully just because I want you to know that sometimes I gotta stop and breathe, but you're all with me. See you in a bit. What? Grocery haul. Wow. Boom. Big time boom.
Isn't that cool? Wow.
Very cool.
Well, let me,
There's more.
Oh, wow. Buddy, come here.
Where's
All
that?
right, so Lana just got back running a ton of errands. What do you got? Let's see what you got. This is our favorites.
Yup.
38,
42.
42. Those kind of always vary, huh? Depending.
Seasonal.
Seasonal. What do we got here?
Cheaper during season. We got the Pink Lady special. They had these 5 pounds for roughly about $5 a bag. So
That's a good buy.
They're not organic, but you know we do the best we can with what we have.
Mm-hmm.
These were the big score this time. These jumbo yams.
Yeah.
And they were $5 for each of those boxes.
Wow. So $10 for all of these.
Yeah.
That is a steal.
The bananas.
Great job. So that's 80 pounds for $10.
Huge.
That's amazing.
Now again, the bananas are 40 pounds.
Cool.
And so we got 2 boxes of bananas for $16 a box, which roughly is about 40 cents a pound.
That's about right on about that best deal.
What?
Right? Between 39 cents at Whole Foods, and so that's right around. And then these lemons.
Yeah, and the lemons, Dad needed lemons. We got lemons in the fridge, but
Cool.
those were $7.28. Spicy sprouts, we love our sprouts in the house. And then, you know, I do this kimchi and sauerkraut and all of my ferments.
So
$5.
that's for the kimchi. That's the best deal.
Yeah.
That's gotta be the best deal, huh?
39 cents a bunch of cilantro.
Cilantro, and then here's her kimchi. She's always spreading the love on. Some
I gotta
kimchi's
put
back
some
there.
more in
What do we
the
got
back.
back here?
Now I went to Costco.
Okay. What
And
do
we got, this was about a little over $5 for 2 bottles.
That's a good buy right there.
Yeah, I think that was right. So, you know, like, that was huge. $5.69. And then I had to get us some blueberries since we weren't successful in picking them, which was perfectly fine. I think these are $8 and some odd cents.
Cool.
And I know Tom needs a snacky poo, so I got him some snacky poo stuff. We're going to use these to make up some taco meat because we were overdue for Taco Tuesday.
Good show. I've never had these.
You haven't? Okay. Well, we're about to find out because I can't remember myself. But they're not sulfur.
Yes.
They're completely just your normal soft and mooey gooey yummy figgy pooey.
Cool. All right.
And then you got your shrooms, mushrooms.
All right. We got some mushrooms. All right. Well, honey, this is gonna be the last video of the day. So this is day 8. What did you think about today? Was it a good day?
Today was an awesome day. It felt a little delayed, but I got a lot done.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, I didn't find the liver nano like I was hoping when I went by Rawk Star, but I stopped in. I said hi to Ray, and then she's going to get in contact because she's into permaculture. So we've been wanting to check out her gardening and all.
Yeah.
And so that's on the list of things to do.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah. And so tune in tomorrow for episode 9.
Yep.
Did I snort?
All right, y'all.
Keep it raw, stay around.
We love you.
We love you.
Bye-bye.